Hey, my name is Magnus Hummelgård, and sometimes I do research on things. And this time I made a research on YouTube itself, and my main question was, can one determine the size of the community of YouTube by analyzing the results that YouTube gives you back when you search for something? So I started with this question, what do people search for on YouTube? So my approach was to take some kind of dictionary of words and make a computer script that takes these words and send them to YouTube and take back the results and make some statistics out of it. So I made this and then I plotted the data with GNU plot. And you will get something like this. So this graph shows you the number of views on this y-axis that the top 5 most relevant videos together gives for a specific noun that you have searched for. And the x-axis here is all the nouns I have tested. And then you see it has also been sorted. So to the most left here you have the nouns that give the highest score, and to the right you have those that gives basically 0 score, and that means that no video clip is related to this specific noun. And you can also see that this roughly almost 120,000 nouns that I have tested that comes from a database. And what type of nouns can you find on this axis? And that you can see here. So here it is. This is the same graph, but instead of on this x-axis, I have replaced it with a list of examples of nouns that you can find in this region. So, for example, babysitter gives you a very high viewing score, while if you search for something down here you will get 0 score. So this is not all the words, these are just examples that you can find on this scale here. And if you go and look into the top region here and look at the top 50 best, you get this. So this is the top 50. And here you have 100 million views and 1 billion views. These, you can see it's the letter J, baby, party, song, Africa, World Cup, music, and so on. And if you go in and search YouTube manually on J, you will find out that the result you will get is Jennifer Lopez and Justin Bieber's music videos, and those together give you basically 1 billion views. And African World Cup is because it was the World Cup in soccer in Africa, and Shakira, for example, made some music around that event, so of course then you get high score. So the top 50 region here seems to be related to music videos, basically. So that is the result you get when you do this kind of test that I have made. So how did I actually do this? Well, first of all, I needed to have some database of words. And if I googled the internet for a while, I found this database could be found on Princeton University's web page, and this is a lexical database for English, and you can download this. And then you get a bunch of data files that look like this. The good thing with this is that all the words are sorted into their different kinds. So for example, here you have nouns in a specific file, and I only wanted to search for nouns, so this was very suitable for me. If you look in this file, you can see that all the nouns are listed here, row by row, with some additional crap in them that you need to cut off with some script, and just grab the actual word to use. Then you need to program a script for this. Is there a Python API for YouTube, and I searched Google for that, and then I found out this developer's guide at Google themselves that basically have made an API for this. And if you read on this web page, you can see here down below, I retrieve and searching for videos. So there is actually some Python stuff, and it also states that it uses the GID data. And if you go in the top here, you see you have this link to the Python client library. You go over there, you see that you can download this GID data. And I did that and programmed a small little script, and that script looks like this. With comments, it is 134 lines. And what this script actually does, it takes words from this list, either everyone or a random sample of them, and send them to YouTube and bring back the results. Say I run my script and I search for the 20 random words of this database. And you can see here it does this. And when it is finished, it sorts the result into order of number of views. So in my 20 random samples of words, I can see that the dog do gave the most number of views. So this number here, 20,500,000 roughly, is the sum of the views of the top 5 result list that I got from YouTube when I search for dog do. This other column is the average rating of all the 5. This number is the total number of voters on these clips together. So the sum of the top 5 voters. This is the graph that I showed you in the beginning of the movie about the distribution of the nouns versus the view count. We found that most words seems to be related to music. If one goes to Google Scholar and make a search for this, if someone else have done something similar, one can find this paper by Cheng here, Statistics and Social Network of YouTube Videos. And if one look at that, one can see in that paper that they have also made some kind of distribution counting. 23% almost is related to music. So my approach seems to be on the right way. But I told you that I also collected other data from the movie clips. And those was average rating and number of voters. And if you plot average rating versus each word, then you will get this. You have the rating score on the y-axis and the number of nouns here, and they are ordered exactly the same as before. And then you see here that for popular nouns, that means that the video clips has gained more than 10,000 votes. They're represented by the black line here. The black line compared to the red line indicates that for popular videos, almost all those clips get the maximum rating, while in the red region we have a more even distribution of ratings. The profile of the curve is also interesting, and you can plot those data in a different way. This graph shows you the view count versus rating for each noun. Black dots are for those video clips that have gained lots of votes. Blue is the mid-range, while red is those that only have got less than 100 votes. The strange profile in the last graph is here represented by the red lines amongst the red dots in this graph. Because this phenomenon is only related to video clips that has very few votes, I thought this was related to rational number phenomenon. But that doesn't seem to be the case, because if you plot the rational number distribution, they will look more evenly distributed. If you search on Google, you will find that YouTube has switched a rating system from a 5-star rating system into a binary rating system in 2009 approximately. Perhaps that is the cause of this phenomenon. Okay, so this is the main graph again. What we can say now is that the area beneath this curve here, all this region, is the whole YouTube community for all English nouns. This is my data file. If I go in here and search for science, for example, I can see here in my list that science gets roughly 4 million views. So science is in my graph somewhere in this region. If I then sum up all kinds of nouns that is related to science, research, knowledge, physics and things like this, I will get a total sum of 100 million. And the total sum of the view count of all the nouns, that is the area beneath this graph, is corresponding to 270 billion. I will see that my interest topic is roughly 400 ppm of the whole YouTube community. Let's say that this movie clip that you're watching now is equal popular as the Gangnam Style music video is to the music community. Then I can predict that the view count that I will get on this video clip will be roughly 140,000 if this clip is equal successful in my community. And that can still be discussed. Successful or not, the point is that the science community is not so big, so you can never reach a higher view count than 140,000 on your movie clip. That is the conclusion of this study. So now when you've seen the results of the data and when I have used them for this specific interest area, well, we can probably assume that this video clip will get very few viewers. That's all for this time, and thank you for watching.